live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
A Rockford family is in mourning as a young life was ripped away from them. A mother tells us how she's coping with losing her 3-year-old son.
I live here. I own a business here locally, so I'm just trying to do my part.
A Forest City resident is making it easier on homeowners after Mother Nature dropped our first major snowfall. And a local church takes a spin on adding books to their shelves, except they're not actually hardcovers, but humans sharing their stories. Coming up, organizers tell us why they created this library. Good evening, I'm Alexis Carpello. Thanks for joining us tonight. A 3-year-old boy is dead after being shot at a home in Rockford. Police responded to Sears Avenue south of Halstead Avenue Wednesday evening, where the child was found. He was rushed to the hospital but died the next morning. Rachel Perry spoke with his mom today. And Rachel, how is she doing?
Alexis, she tells me it's still extremely hard for her to talk about. She watched her son fight for his life and says she held his hand the entire time.
I told him, Mommy loves you so much, Cameron. Fight, baby, fight.
3-year-old Cameron was shot while at a home in Rockford. His mother, Latavia Curry, is now mourning the loss of her only child.
When he seen the snow for the first time, he grabbed some snow and he threw it at his uncle. He was having so much fun outside playing.
She now holds on to her memories of Cameron and a toy he once loved.
And he always bursty. He say bursty. He don't say thirsty. He say bursty. He wanted everything. This was his favorite toy that he got for Christmas, and he loved it.
Cameron was shot and killed Wednesday just after 5 p.m. at a home on Sears Avenue in Rockford. Latavia remembers the moment she realized Cameron was injured.
It just happened so fast. I hear boom, and I look at the ground and I start screaming. I picked my baby up, covered his head just so he won't bleed out.
The 3-year-old was rushed to the hospital where Latavia tells me she fell asleep holding his hand. When she woke up, she was told he didn't make it.
And I woke up to the doctor telling me that my baby gone. And I couldn't let that man go. I couldn't. I fought to not leave my baby.
2 men are charged in connection to the 3-year-old's death. 19-year-old London Banks is in custody, but police are still searching for 18-year-old Corian Young. If you have any information or know the whereabouts of Young, call police. Alexis?
All right, thanks, Rachel. And as COVID cases climb, Illinois is adopting new rules that go into effect starting tomorrow. All Illinois Secretary of State offices, including driver services, will be closed until at least January 18th. Expiring driver's license and ID cards have been extended to March 31st. Chicago will require proof of a COVID-19 vaccine for indoor venues, including restaurants, bars, and gyms. The rules apply to everyone 5 and older. We have more information on the changes at mystateline.com. And Mother Nature dropped about 5 inches of snow across the state line yesterday. Now one resident is helping clean up the mess it left. Giovanni Mickelson started clearing snow off driveways and sidewalks around 6 this morning. He tells us his services are free and he wants to help out single mothers and the elderly in the Forest City.
I live here, so it could be my grandmother, it could be your grandmother. The liability of someone slipping, not all of us have, really have someone to help us out. And that's what G's Maid Service, my business, is really founded about, is just helping people out.
By the end of the day, he'll have cleared off 10 driveways. New year, new goals, and some may include fitness. An OSF doctor shares some tips to make sure you stay safe if you choose to exercise outside. There's many factors you should remember. Check for snow and ice and even the wind chill. Exercising doesn't have to be what you typically think of, like running and biking, but even shoveling snow can work up a sweat. No matter what you're looking to get your heart rate up, if you head outside, make sure you're properly dressed.
You do want to be slightly chilly when you walk out the door, because if you're feeling warm at the start of your exercise, as your blood starts to pump and your body temperature rises, you're going to get overly heated, and we don't want you to get too sweaty while you're exercising, since that can sometimes cool and make you colder.
She continues to say if you want to stay out of the gym completely and don't want to go outside, there's plenty of exercises that can be done in your home. A local church welcomes guest readers. The books aren't paperback, yet humans telling their individual stories. The Unitarian Universalist Church in Rockford welcomed all walks of life to their congregation today. From international students, immigrants, Vietnam veterans, stories were told to give a glimpse into what other people's lives is like. The books are people who volunteered to share part of their story. Readers sat in smaller groups, listened, and were able to ask questions.
And we hope that this kind of conversation and interaction can reduce the prejudices or stereotypes that we all carry about various groups.
If you have interest in sharing your book, we've put the contact information in this article at mystateline.com. An Indianapolis man started a nonprofit while he sits behind bars. He was your typical 20-year-old with a good job, but ended up making some bad decisions. The goal is to help children avoid the same fate. Lindsay Stone shares a story.
About 8 years ago, Armand was arrested for armed robbery. In your gratitude journal,
his mother, Mavis Washington, was devastated.
It just crushed us completely because we couldn't figure out why Armand would do something like that.
Soon after, Armand was diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
As he sat in his jail cell, he said, I can help somebody else. And every time you come to Ways...
With his mother's help, Armand started Why Aren't You Smiling?
Was somebody missing right there?
A non-for-profit that teaches kids about the importance of mental health and finding positive ways to deal with their emotions.
I wasn't able to, voice my opinion the way I wanted to, express my feelings. I kept everything in. That's what he did. But then eventually when I got in the group, I started expressing myself way more.
Who knows what gratitude is?
Once a week, the group meets to learn about mental health, practice yoga, learn about conflict management, and much more.
I used to be really aggressive. What do you think?
But thankfully for Miss Mavis, she's taught me how to be more calm when certain things happen and just to kind of be less judgmental. I was pretty judgmental and aggressive when I first started this group, but I've been working on it.
While we were unable to interview Armand from prison, he shared this message with me, reading in part. The power inside of you is greater than the forces outside, so transform your environment from the inside out.
Anybody in here driving?
Mavis says the program has helped her cope with her son's incarceration.
This program has helped to put a smile on my face. It's called Why Aren't You Smiling? Well, I wasn't after this happened. You're programming yourself. I'm smiling every day now for positive energy.
Armand plans to run the nonprofit when he gets out of prison in 2038 and continue helping kids dream bigger than ever before.
Shoot for the stars. If you feel like you want to do something, do it, because you never know how it could end out.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, things for us here this evening a little more quiet than what they were at this time yesterday as the snow was coming down. Good news, came down on a holiday, so not a lot of folks out on the roads because the roads were not the greatest, although an improvement here for this morning and afternoon. Snow totals from yesterday across northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, ranging anywhere from 3 up to 5, 6 inches of snow, 5.3 out in Elizabeth. DeKalb and Rockford checking in just shy of 5 inches, or I should say 5 inches of snowfall in Elizabeth, 4.5 in New Milford. Freeport coming in at about 3 inches of very light and fluffy snow, so had a lot of blowing and drifting with the wind, and the wind brought those wind chill values down quite a bit. Things are a little bit more quiet out there, not a lot of wind for us today. A live look with our Mercy House SkyTrack camera now out looking north here along the Rock River. We had some cloud cover come through earlier, but our skies clearing out this evening means temperatures with that freshly fallen snow are going to drop tonight. When you wake up tomorrow morning, numbers will be below 0. So make sure that you are prepared because it is going to be a bitterly cold start tomorrow. And cold, kind of our big picture this week, while we get a little bit of a warm up here on Tuesday, relatively speaking, another cold front comes in and those temperatures, they're going to drop right back down into the teens, and those overnight lows falling back into the single digits. Temperature at 14 in Rockford, 8 in Freeport, but notice that wind chill 2 below. 5 is what it feels like right now in Rockford, 15 in DeKalb, and 16 our current temperature down in Rochelle. 16 also for our weather watcher Jim here on the southwest end of Rockford. Dew point checking in at 4 degrees, so a dry air mass, and those dew point numbers are expected to drop. The snowfall really kind of blanketing parts of the Midwest, and you can tell where that high pressure system sits as temperatures temperatures a little further to our west in the single digits. In fact, we were in the single digits and low teens across portions of northwest Illinois. So as that high pressure system moves overhead, temperatures will tumble tonight all the way down to 5 below when you wake up tomorrow morning. Wind chills, while there's not much of a wind, it doesn't take much to drop that wind chill factor, so could be down as low as 10 below tomorrow morning. So a lot of kids going back tomorrow after winter break. We're heading back to work maybe after some time off. Just know it is going to be cold. You need that winter gear and heavy winter gear too. Notice wind chills here as we go throughout the morning tomorrow, staying below 0. And as our wind picks up a little tomorrow afternoon from the southwest, at times it'll be gusting close to 20 miles per hour. So while we'll see the sunshine and most of us will make it into the low 20s tomorrow, wind chills will still likely as we go into the afternoon remain in the single digits to low teens. So a cold day again tomorrow despite that sunshine. High temperature tomorrow only up to 21. Now we'll see some changes though as we head towards the middle part of this week. No snow for us, no rain or anything like that, at least in the short term. As high pressure remains in control, we'll see a few clouds from time to time. Might get a little fog in some spots over the next couple of nights, but by Monday night into Tuesday, we'll start to see that cloud cover move back in. That's because of our next low pressure system that will be passing mostly to the north of us Tuesday night into Wednesday. This is going to pull a cold front through during the morning on Wednesday and bring back that chill as temperatures are expected to drop back then into the teens for highs once again here as we get into the end of the week. So let's break down this 7-day forecast. 21 degrees for us tomorrow, 16 for tomorrow night. We're up to 31 on Tuesday. I held on to a slight chance for a very light mix just with some moisture coming in ahead of that front. Tuesday night into Wednesday, you see some snow coming down there Wednesday, Thursday. I think we'll get some flurries and some light snow, but nothing like what we've had the last couple of days, just with that low and then that cold coming in. Those two things combined will keep that chance for some lighter snow as we head towards the middle of the week. But notice temperatures. Tuesday night, we're down to 20 degrees for a high on Wednesday, which means those numbers will be falling. 15 degrees on Thursday. We stay in the low teens for Friday. A little bit of a rebound there, Alexis, once we get into Saturday.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with David Greenberg.
17 Bears games down, just one more to go after today's home matchup against the Giants. Earlier in the week, Eddie Jackson talked about how this defense was going to keep fighting until the very end. Well, they were true to their word right from the first possession. Former Bear Mike Glennon gets absolutely rocked. It's picked up by Bilal Nichols. The Bears have it with great field position. And a few plays later, David Montgomery runs it in from a couple of yards out. The Bears take an early 7-0 lead. On the next possession for the Giants, here's that defense again. Glennon gets picked off by Tashawn Gibson. He returns it back into Giant territory. That sets up this touchdown by Darnell Mooney. How about that catch? Let's go to the second half, more defense. The youngsters combining for the strip sack. Travis Gibson forces it out, recovered by Cyrus Tonga. But the big defensive play came right here from Robert Quinn. His 18th sack of the season, becoming the Bears' single-season franchise sack leader, passing the great Richard Dent as the Bears take care of business at home, beating the Giants 29-3. Matt Nagy said afterwards, Quinn's a great example for the younger guys on the team to look up to.
What's important for these young players that are on this team to see somebody at his age practice the way he practices. You guys get to see Sunday. No one in this room other than myself gets to see Robert Quinn practice every day the way he plays. And what a great person to see, to look up to and see if you practice like this is what can happen.
Coming up tonight on Sunday Night Football, the Packers will face a very limited Vikings squad, especially on offense. Earlier this week, quarterback Kirk Cousins tested positive for COVID, so he is out. Meanwhile, wideout Adam Thielen was shut down for the season with an injury. Going to be cold in Green Bay tonight, temps in the single digits, but that's why they call it the frozen tundra. Blackhawks returned home and are in action tonight against Calgary coming up at 6. They're trying to bounce back from a 6-1 loss to the Predators yesterday. Head coach Derek King said they've just got to shake off yesterday and move on, not waste any time thinking about it.
I think the biggest thing is, I felt we played all right. We didn't have the whole team was not ready to play at the start of the game. So that's something we need to clean up.
Let's talk basketball now. The first place Bulls, who've won 7 straight after their last 2 games, have been decided by DeMar DeRozan buzzer-beating three-pointers. With the shot yesterday, DeRozan becomes the first player in NBA history to hit game-winning threes in back-to-back games during one season in 2 different years. You get it? Because he did it on December 31st and on January 1st. After the game, Wizards forward Kyle Kuzma said DeMar called his shot.
DeMar told me to hold my beer, so it happens. He's a great player, made a hell of a shot, so.
I don't know if I'm dreaming, if it's real right now, but, you know, it's just something that, you know, you work your butt off and you understand when you're in those positions, you know, try to capitalize on them the best way you can. When it happens, you know, it happens, and you analyze it from there.
Clear skies for us tonight. Our first warning interactive radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. With high pressure moving in, the fresh few inches of snow, light winds, temperatures tonight down to 5 below. Wind chills will be as low as 10 below tomorrow morning. So just bundle up. It's going to be cold. Winds will pick up a little from the southwest. Temperatures up near 21 for our Monday, but wind chills staying in the upper single digits, low teens. We bring back some of the cloud cover Tuesday, and then we've got that chill coming back. Another night later this week where we could see the numbers fall back below 0.
Well, thanks for making us your home team. Have a great night.